episode. You would have seen in the last one that we put this rear bar on. Now we're going to be doing the rear drawer setup. So we've got these 1300mm long 4-drive Super Center drawers. They're just the Titan ones. Normally in a wagon like this, you'd just run the 900mm ones, but we wanted to utilise as much space as possible. So we got these ones in here, and then we're just going to adjust the seats so that we can keep the middle seats in, still have them open and closed, and then we're going to be putting some MDF on top of here with a hinge at the seat joint, so that when we want to deploy the MDF and the seats can fold up and you can use the seats, and then when you don't want to use them, fold them down, and then we'll have a bed set up here. So I'll show you how we've managed to sort of shorten these so far. We've just cut through here because these come with about a 40mm overhang here. Cut that off, and then we're going to use a bit of this 19x19 angle like that. Sit like that. That's just going to clean up that cut now, and then I'll show you how we're going to adjust the middle seats, just so that when they push forward, because at the moment, I'll shut this. At the moment, the seats don't clip in because the back of the seat's hitting the drawers. So we're either going to have to move this clip and the brackets of the seats forward about 30mm, or we're going to have to take the back 30mm off the drawers. So we're just going to see if we've got access to them and if it's going to work. Yeah, so I'll let you know how we go. Alright, so I've started off by just cutting the corners of the aluminium off. So I've done that one, and that one, just so that when I put this bit of 90 on, it'll sit nice and flush at the bottom. Also, you can notice that the reason we went with these drawers rather than custom ones is they actually come perfect height to match the seats when they sit flat like that. So our MDF's just going to be able to glue or mount to the back of the seat somehow, and you're going to have a level bed. So these work perfect for what we're doing. So I've just drilled these holes here with a 3mm bit. I've just got some little screws, and I'm just going to do a bigger, I've got like a 6mm bit just so that the screw heads sit nice and flush. Right, so I've got that bit of aluminium sitting in nicely now. Screws are pretty flush. The ply is going to sit on top anyway, but it's just more so that when you're looking at it from the front, it looks nice. Now we're just going to get onto looking at those seats, seeing what we have to do to make them work. So I've just had a look at the brackets here, and these aren't going to work. We're not really going to be able to relocate these just because underneath for here, because it's on that angle, it sort of has to stay on that angle, as well as there's not really any access to the bottom of them. So to do it, we'd have to move the holes and then tap into the body, and it's just too much effort. So instead, I'm just going to look at how much effort it's going to be to just cut the back 30mm off these. Alright, so I've actually changed plans again. After looking at the drawers and stuff, it was just going to be too much work doing it that way as well. So I've shut these doors, and I've got the drawers sitting as far back as they can be towards the doors. And then I'm just going to fix the drawers where they are. And because we're only going to ever use these seats when we need people, like when we're 4-wheel drive and if someone wants to jump in or for the dogs or something, we're just going to have it so that they can click in that way. And then they're just going to sit like that, which they don't click in fully that way because they can still move up and down. But we're just going to set up a little ratchet system or some sort of system to stop these from being able to move that way, just for when we're off-road and stuff. But about 99% of the time, these are just going to sit like that, and the bed will be there anyway. So that's how we're going to run it. Just got the drawers bolted in, just with some little L brackets there. And now I'm getting ready to cut this ply, so this MDF. So I'm going to cut it at, I'll go 1.10 m, and then this is about 1260, but I want to allow a little bit of room for movement when the seats fold up. So I've already cut them at about 1220. So now I've just got to cut it to the 1.10 m, and then I'll screw that down on top of this. And then I've got some more L brackets here. It'll get screwed like that. And then I'll be able to put some little side wings on both sides. And then, yeah, and then that'll be that. And then I'll have to put a piano hinge there, which I've got here. This hinge will go that side, down that end, and that'll allow that end of the MDF to fold up and down with the seats. Alright, so I got this first piece cut in. I'm just going to start screwing that down now. And then I'm going to start cutting the side wings. And then once they're done, I'll cut that back panel that goes on the seats. So I'm measuring up this back piece now. So tight to the back of the seats, it's about 700. But if I have it at 700, it won't be able to go up without hitting the seats. So I'm just going to go back to about 670, and then it should be able to go like that. And then I'll put that piano hinge in once that's cut, and it should be good to go. I've just cut this piece in. That's how it'll sit like that. It'll just pivot up and down like that. I've just got to get it centered now, so I'll measure how much it's overhanging each end and then just make it equal. And then I'll screw this piano hinge down, just like that. And then I'll move on to the side wings. Just finished screwing this piano hinge down. So now you can see that pivots like that, clears the roof, and then it can go all the way back, and it can store like that. Or it can sit up with the seats when they're like that, but it'll be better to have it down, just so you can still see over your back seats. We were just looking at how this all works, and we actually realised that because of how perfect this works, I might actually come up with a way to have this adjustable as like a bed head, so that we can sit up and watch movies in here, because we're planning on putting like a screen down that end. So if we want to sit up and watch it, we can sort of sit this like this, or all the way up, just adjust it to however we want, which will be pretty cool. I've just put these two L brackets on here to hold up the side wings. I've cut the side wings perfectly, so they should sit in like that. And then they just push down like that. And as you can see, it's nice and tight along the edge here. I've just done it like that to match up with the front bit, and then cut the corner off here. So it's got real nice edges the whole way around. And now I've just got to do the same thing on that side, and then it's pretty much all done. Alright, so I got this side in now as well, that's all good. Now I'm just going to make up a little system like I talked about on that backrest there, just so I can adjust it to different heights. I might just make up like a little triangle piece on another piano hinge, so that when you lift it up, you fold the triangle out, and it should just rest on that. This is how it looks from the back, all done. So you've still got that nice finish there. Big surface to get our mattress on now. We'll probably get a custom foam mattress made up. Plenty of room for storage and stuff in here. We'll probably make up some little panels here just to tidy that up. Same on that side. Can use some USB outlets and stuff like that for charging our phones while we sleep. Just made this side little panel here. I decided to screw it down for now just because I didn't have any brackets to mount it. Now I've just got to do the same on this side, and then that pretty much wraps us up for tonight. I also drilled some holes in here because when we want to sit up when watching movies and stuff, I realised if we want to put it back down, we're not going to be able to access it if it's in here. So these holes, I'll mount some little eyelets to them, and then I'll get some rope, or I'll get like a strap or something, so that it can hook over the eyelet and then hook over that little handle there, and then back down to another hole, and there's a couple holes for adjustment, so that'll be able to sort of go wherever we need it to. So that's the plan for that. And hopefully we'll pick up a mattress tomorrow night, so I'll update you guys after that. We actually just grabbed our mattress out of the double swag, and it fits perfectly lengthwise. It's just a bit creased, so it needs to sort of settle over a few nights, but it fits perfectly widthways. So we're probably just going to run this for a while, and it's nice and thin, so it'll fold up when that folds up. Alright, it's currently the next day. I decided we weren't going to run this mattress from the swag. It's just a bit too thin and a bit too wide for what we want, so we're going to get rid of that. And I just went to BCF and grabbed some stuff, so I picked up this self-inflating mattress. So that's it there, and it's pretty much perfect width and perfect length, so I'll set that up in a minute and show you. I picked up some marine carpet, so I'm going to be carpeting this side and this side. Got some 40 by 40 angle, because now I'm going to sit this up here and have it cover the edge like that, so that from the face you don't see any of the MDF. Staple gun to staple the carpet down, some glue just to hold it better, and then I got some fastening clamp things just to clamp the seats down when the seats are in the upright position, just so that they don't move around because they're not clicking in anymore. And then I got this cool little LED light that I'm going to hang from that hand thingy to that one, just so that when we're in bed we've got a nice light over our head there. Alright, so this is the new mattress we got, and at the end of it, it's just got all these valves. So you open all these up and it'll start letting air in and inflate itself. And then obviously if you need to roll it up, you can roll it up nice and tight and it packs up smaller. So I'll let this air up and then I'll put it in and see how it looks. So the new mattress is in. As you can see, it's pretty much perfect length from here to the back of the seats. It's got a slight gap there, tiny gap there, but the next size up, which was a queen, was about 100 mil too long either end, so it was just sort of a bit too much. You can see it's like that, and it's about 100 mil thick, and that one was only about 40 mil thick, and it was a much softer foam, so it's pretty uncomfortable. So I think this one's going to be perfect for what we want. I'm going to get ready to cut that aluminium in, do the carpet, and then I'll show you guys once that's done. Alright, I just finished doing this little adjustment set up on the side here. So it's just one of these 37 centimeter straps into a hole underneath there, over the handle and down there. And then there's a few holes for adjustment, so that way you can sit up in the back of it and watch movies and stuff. And there's another one on the other side which is the exact same. So I'm getting ready to cut this carpet onto the two side panels. So I usually just allow about a 40 mil perimeter around the piece that I'm cutting for. So I'll mark that out and then just cut it with a Stanley knife, and then I'll show you how to glue it all together. So I've just got this spray on adhesive stuff, so give it a shake, and then you just spray the back side of the carpet and the face of the MDF, and then you sort of just leave it for a minute to get it all tacky, and then you just put it on, bend it around and staple it. So now I'll just leave that for a minute and then I'll show you when I'm stapling it together. Alright, so this is going all tacky now, so I'll just sit that like that, press it down, And then you start on one edge. And then you just want to pull it around. And then I'll get my staple gun and I'll staple this edge down, and then I'll show you how to cut it. I realise I don't have my fucking gun yet. Alright, so I've got the staple gun, and I'll just put a few down each side. And then I'll do the corners last because I have to cut them at a 45 so that they look nice and neat. Alright, so now that I'm up to the corners, I usually just fold one edge over, cut on a 45, then fold the other corner over, cut on a 45, and staple them down. And sort of just push them together, cut down like that. And that's pretty much it. You won't really see these corners anyway because they will be behind the door cards. So that right piece is all done. That's how it looks from the back. Won't really see that anyway. So now I'm going to do that left side, and if I've got some spare carpet, I'll be doing the side wings as well, just so that when you do see down that little gap down the side of the mattress, it looks nice and neat. I had enough spare carpet for the sides, so we're just getting ready to do that. I'm just not sure if I'm going to try wrap it around, and that may make it too tight just because they're perfectly cut at the moment to fit in the side gap. So I may just cut hard along the edge and that'll be fine. Alright, got this side one in. I ended up wrapping around just because I was worried that when I put them in and out, it was going to pull the edges up. So and then I just left that bit blank because that'll have the aluminium flashing on it soon. Now I'm just going to start cutting the second piece, and then that'll be it. I just finished putting all the pieces back together and cutting the aluminium strips in. As you can see now down the sides, you can see the carpet there rather than MDF. Just gives it a bit of a neater finish. So that's pretty much all of that done. Okay, so it's actually been a couple of weeks since we've done this setup. This is how the bed looks with our sleeping bag and our pillows on top. This is the drawers, we've got some stuff in it. Just got tools, recovery gear, spares. And then this side, we've got all our cooking stuff, utensils, and usually we chuck our cooker in there as well. And then from the sides, when we're camping and we need a bit of extra storage, what we do is we roll these seats up like this. The bed goes on the angle like that, and it gives us all this storage room between the drawers and the seats. So we're able to fit 2 camp chairs, cooker, big esky, and we normally chuck our clothes bags and stuff like that here. Plus there's some storage down the side there for other stuff. So this sort of works well for us. And then if we need to lay the bed flat, we just put this stuff. Well, normally when we get to camp, the camp chairs come out anyway. Esky comes out, then we can lay the seats down flat and the bed will lay flat. Alright, so that pretty much wraps us up for this video. Hopefully it gives you some ideas for your setup. We've got some more videos coming up on this build, so we're doing some sound deadening, a bonnet entry snorkel and an airbox, as well as I've got my new build, which is a 4.8 litre GU, so I've got plenty coming for that too, so make sure you subscribe. Cheers.